Yeah. Take two. Well, Mark started using his expertise in wiring to install plugs for me. Once again, being wonderful. Take two.
Hey, that sounds better.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
Not good enough. All right, she's ripping. Here we go.
You gotta be quicker than that.
That's a bit annoying if I'm being completely honest. Coming soon to a theater near you. Take 3! Something smells like it's warm.
Could be.
Something's on fire, dude.
On fire.
Bam, 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 digging. I'm gonna have to. I bet I peaked the mic on that. My slap guitar is way too sharp. Here we go. Yeah. Burger ding dong ding ding, fling ding ding, spring ding 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 ding.
Now, kids, when you're wiring your house, make sure to do it live.
Did you get yourself?
No, it's not attached to anything.
Oh, that's true. F you, dude. I was all worried. That guy. Alright. I'm gonna pull this bitch out so we can pull the new bitch in.
Slow down, Marine. You're making me nervous. Whatever, dude. I want to do this outlet before I pull the car in.
Alright, so this car that's about to pull in is one of the reasons that I've always said if I was smart, I'd get a Subaru because they're wonderful, and this is the car that convinced me of that.
Now, everybody in your channel is going to disagree with you because Subarus blow head gaskets and 5-speed transmissions. You didn't know?
Yes.
They're terrible.
But what about you?
Everything about them is horrible. I don't know
Yeah.
why anybody would want to own one, much less two.
Yeah. Having driven both of them, I could tell you multiple reasons as to why you should own one. The only reason I don't own one is because I'm an idiot. Sorry, I'm stupid, in case you guys didn't know.
And I don't vape, which is why I don't own an STI.
Yeah. Boot Shoot Boogie. My favorite Brooks and Dunn song.
Wasn't that
Boot Scoot Boogie? They were at least a part of it.
that wasn't Brooks and Dunn?
Boot Scoot Boogie? They were at least part of it. I think they were. Get down around.
That was Travis Tritt.
No way, dude. Travis Tritt's a hooker. This just in. I should have just called Quentin. Quentin would have known like that. He would have been like, dude, you're an idiot. Why don't you know that? He didn't sound like that though. Boot Scoot Boogie, Brooks and Dunn, Freedom and Weeds. Look at that. See that mullet? Brooks and Dunn, dude.
Damn it, why don't I know my country?
Out in the country by the city limit sign.
Oh, that's right, because I don't have 2 Ford trucks in my yard.
Hey, you know what, dude? So before you guys get too excited, the wheels and tires that are on there right now are being switched because he has to fix some stuff before he goes full NAR mode, and it has to get tuned. But this is the car known as the SQUATCHARU. This was like easily the fastest Subaru in Port Orchard for a long time, and like in the area as far as like unofficially. So take that. That sounds absolutely bananas. That sounds crazy.
Yeah. She doesn't sound like Squatch. No. She sounds like...
Is that it?
Yep, just pull it.
That sounds crazy as shit. Good lord.
Just a little flutter of that gas and this thing's like...
That's crazy, dude. So it used to be unequal length, not regular Subaru sound, because it was the loudest thing I've ever heard except for the FC without an exhaust.
Yeah, that was by far the loudest.
Yeah, it was equilibrium shaking loud. But this thing, it would make this really gnarly, and you guys will get to hear it at some point soon.
There's a reason why we call it Squatch.
Yeah, it sounds insane, and it echoes throughout the entirety of the forest. But it's wonderful. It's great. Anyways, what are we doing today?
Today we are doing some maintenance. So, over the past 3 years, this car has been sitting because I've been building a new engine for it. So I bought a spare STI engine block. And I used the heads that were on it before, but I put forged pistons in it. I got Wiseco forged pistons. They're 9-to-1 compression. I've got STI forged rods. They're OEM. I've got OEM STI nitride treated crankshaft.
Jeez.
I've got King bearings. I've had this block is completely balanced, like everything. All the rods, all the pistons, the clutch, the flywheel. I've got a lightweight main pulley. I've got Kelford 264 cams, which were recommended to me by a guy, Eric Dewey.
So the turbo, is it still the Kamak?
It's a Kamak TDO 620 GTX.
Which is
It's a 8-centimeter housing. It's the biggest one that Kamak sold.
But Kamak isn't that? Didn't you say that was like a rebuilt Kinagawa or something like that?
Yeah. So basically, Kamak is like the higher end version of the Kinagawa turbos, and Kinagawa makes like center cartridges and CHRAs for replacement turbos. So they'll use like a Garrett center section, and they'll balance it up to, I think it was 270,000 on a Vank machine.
Jeez.
So they're very well balanced. The Kamak turbos have a 360-degree thrust bearing, as opposed to, because this is a journal bearing turbo, so it's a 360-degree thrust bearing as opposed to the 270 degrees, so you have better stability of the actual shaft of your turbo.
So when you had this thing dynoed last with a stock bottom end,
It made 370, and we weren't even anywhere near touching this turbo's capability.
Yeah.
That was 370 wheel on a Mustang dyno at
when are you getting this
Surgeline.
tune?
January 5th.
Okay, so
my goal now that I have a brand new fuel system. So before it was catless, everything on the long block was stock. I've got TGV deletes. I had 1000cc injectors before in this Kamak TDO 620G turbo, and it made the 370 wheel. Now I've got 1050X injectors. I've got an adjustable fuel pressure regulator. I've got the 264 cams and 9-to-1 compression. I've got Inconel exhaust valves.
264. That's insane.
I've got Inconel exhaust valves. I've got stainless intake valves. I've got Crawford aero separator. I've got Radium Engineering fuel rails and a pulsation damper from Radium Engineering, as well as IAG has their fuel line kit, so it's all nylon braided fuel line with AN fittings throughout the entire thing. I custom made all the lines and brackets and stuff.
Oh my gosh. So full 9 yards.
Yeah, so I'm shooting for 450 wheel on this go round, so it should be really, really fun. It was really fast last time, and I enjoyed it.
And it was making a hair under 4.
It was 370 wheel.
370 wheel. Actually having 370 wheel horsepower in a car that can put it to the ground with a driver who knows what the fuck he's doing is an experience. So this thing is going to be absolutely batshit because it was crazy before.
It was absolutely crazy before. And I know a lot of people are probably wondering why I had to put a new engine in it, and no, it wasn't ringlands.
Yeah.
Because that's what everybody thinks. Ringlands or head gaskets or whatever the hell your Subaru fantasy is. But, you know, this ended up being collapsed oil rings. That's what it was. I took them apart. I took the whole engine apart, and the pistons look great. It still had cross hatching in the engine block at 130,000 miles.
Holy shit!
Like it was
crazy.
in really good shape. The bottom end was, except the oil rings didn't come back. They were collapsed. So that's all it was.
So actually, that's funny that you bring that up, because it was an omen that we shouldn't have bought the car behind you. He was driving me down in this to go look at this, which was a low mileage, totally clean, good to go car. I started driving and it started leaking like crazy. Anyways, that's not a story for this video. That's for probably never, because no one gives a shit about that car. Anyways,
I give a shit, okay?
Yeah. He likes it, so.
I do. You know what? It's a fun car to drive.
Anyways, so we're doing.
So my goal for today is, I've got just over 800 miles on this engine now. So my break-in period is, I'm about halfway done with what they recommend for break-in from Wiseco. So what I'd like to do is get the break-in oil out. I've got modal engine oil that I'm going to put in it. At the same time, since the car did sit for 3 years, I'm going to do the tranny fluid, the rear diff fluid, and bleed the brakes. And I've got modal fluids for everything. So that's the plan. And if we have enough time today, I also have a little bit of a STI surprise that came from Poland and showed up yesterday.
Poland?
So, yep. So we may throw that on.
Poland.
Poland. It came from Poland.
Polish people ice rally, right?
Yeah.
That's Swedish people too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to stop generalizing these weird Scandinavian. I don't know. If you're Polish or Swedish, that's dope. That's super dope. Way better than being just some dumbass American. Anyways. Baller. All right, so we'll probably hit you guys with a time lapse for getting the car up, popping the wheels off, getting ready to drain all the fluids and stuff.
Just a little one.
Dude, if my mic catches fire, I'm gonna be so fucking mad.
All right.
There you go.
So here's what we got. We got ourselves an HKS equal length header.
Dude,
we
I'm
have
getting
a
out of here, dude. Holy shit.
Mishimoto thermostatic sandwich plate. And I eliminated the OE oil warmer cooler thing. And now I have these beautiful Mishimoto stainless AN lines here. Those feed to my external oil cooler. I've got some heat shielding. I've got STI motor mounts. I've got some custom ground straps that I made myself. Got me a coil rad, as you can see right here. Pretty beautiful. This,
Oh my god, bro. It's over here.
this right here, I got myself a Torque Solutions steering rack brace, along with all new steering rack bushings. I don't know how close you are, but that's pretty terrible. Yeah. I got an STI tranny mount too, the 5-speed one. It's pretty sweet. And yeah, Cartboy end links. I got some teen coilovers, which you might be able to see up in there. It's pretty sweet. Yeah. So this is the underside. Mishimoto hoses. I have a STI water pump, which is the The high flow water pump, there is a difference between the two. If you do some research, you can figure that one out. It's pretty sweet. I also have the 11 millimeter the oil pump here. That's a OEM STI oil pump. Underneath this bad boy, I have a windage tray and a Moroso oil pickup tube. That's right. I've got Moroso parts on this because I'm a boss.
It's hot rods.
Yep. So I'm gonna hand you off to Casey because I'm done talking.
Yeah. So Mark's under the car, busting nuts, and one more again, Mark. What was that?
Oh, so warm, so good. Oh, so good.
So
Where is that?
we're gonna start draining all this stuff, and we will get back to you guys momentarily. Oh, touchdown!
Yep. Oh, so good.
Is that a deep magnet?
It is.
Cool.
A deep magnet.
See, Japanese cars, man, the owners of these cars think through everything. Like, why put the magnet at the very bottom where it's obviously going to catch all the shit that settles when you could put it a little bit further in and it'll catch the stuff that's actually moving around that's causing issues?
Goddamn right.
Gretty. Shout out Gretty. So sick. One of us lost their T70 bit and the other one forgot to bring it.
Could I get like a 6 or 7 inch, maybe an 8 inch, half-inch extension?
Yeah. I think I got a 6.
Thanks.
So, yeah, so anyways, we're not doing the tranny this go around, but we're doing the rear diff fluid. Okay, listen. So, take the phone and hold it. That's ridiculous. I get my pump out because I'm like, oh, dude, gear oil, he's going to need the pump. Got the pump for him, ready to go. And then look at, this thing has gone like a red rocket. Dude, I'm over here with the pump. When I was doing that to the Jeep, I was like, I was doing a little one-arm bench press to pump it into the trans. This bitch has that's so stupid, dude.
It's got a fanoodler.
Yeah, it's got a fanoodler. It's got a finagler.
I still don't know if it's gonna work.
And I'm sitting here like, what an idiot, dude. Your oil's from the 23rd century.
I can't get an angle on it.
I'm from the Stone Ages. This is bullshit. But yeah, what wheels are these? These are the Assettos, are they?
Yeah, Sparco Assetto Garas.
Okay, yeah. So the Assetto Garas. So these are Sparco Assetto Garas, and they're so beautiful.
They're actually made by OZ Racing.
Are they really?
Yeah. So they're OZ Racing obviously is a OE wheel manufacturer. They do a lot of stuff for like Evos and Mitsubishis and things like that.
Yeah, like the OZ Rally Art Edition. Didn't they do a Galant like that too? Yeah. So I have a minor fetish with these wheels because I've seen them in white on Fiat 500 Abarths.
They come in like 7 different colors. You can get them in bronze, you can get them in gold, you can get them in white. I've seen them in pink, green,
And
orange.
then
Third floor, women's wear.
Is that the ball joint snapping? Got it.
Oh.
All right, here comes the fucking glory of the pour of the fancy rubber necker module. The rubber necker 5000.
It's the chiropractic adjustment on a Friday night. Thank you to our non-sponsors modal.
does sound like a WRC car. Holy shit. God damn.